Loading, and we are live.
Oh boy.
Hello, everyone. I am Steel the Hedgehog. Well, yeah, you know who I am, and this is the artist of Shadow and Jolt. You can
Hello. Hi, everybody. Really excited to be here.
most certainly.
I
We
had to
also
move
got-
into a different room because my brother is being mean.
Is he still slapping you?
I don't know.
Tell him that I'm gonna tell him I'll find him, and I'll have a stern talk with him.
Oh no.
boy.
Oh no.
Oh no. This is a Q&A, but I also have a few questions. What inspired you to make this comic?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so I've touched on this like slightly on my Tumblr, but basically what happened was I guess the easiest way to just say it is just I just had a dream, a dream where out of nowhere, because I had not thought about this OC since I was like 13. I had an OC that I came up with it when I was like 13 years old, but then I sort of forgot about her for a very long time. I didn't even think about it at all. And out of nowhere, I just had this dream of her and Shadow having like this training session that was like fun and exciting. And I just thought, oh, wow, that was a fun dream. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play with this a little bit further. So, yeah, after that, I just like scribbled up some joke comics that I didn't really think were going to go anywhere. I just thought, oh, this should be a funny little one-time thing. But when I posted them, I got like a lot of really positive feedback, and people were like, "Oh, we actually really like this. Can you keep doing more?" I'm like, "Okay, sure."
I like them.
I really love Jolt's personality. I love her.
Oh my gosh! Just
and here's the voice of Heater.
Oh my gosh,
Yep.
it's him. Oh
Yo,
my
what's up?
this is the first time I'm hearing your voice, and it's just like, yep, that is Heater.
Oh, that's not my Heater voice.
He
I
said
know,
his
but
theater
your
voice, and I'm just all like,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of a set for it. I'm sorry.
Oh no. No, I'm already afraid of the power he has, like just by himself. So now that when he has a voice, it's like, oh no.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's the Heater, True Blue. We already got Jolt. Strike should be coming in a moment. Oh, speaking of Strike, he's a reptile. I do know that, but what kind of reptile?
It's a secret for now.
I just like to say lizard.
Just that's all you need. It's it was I did sort of reveal it at one point, but then I deleted everything because I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it a secret because it is kind of relevant to like how he develops as a villain. So I wanted to just like not spoil anything until it's like important to bring up.
The surprise of all surprises.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Mystery.
Mystery.
Oh my gosh, wait, I haven't even been, oh no. I feel bad. I wasn't even paying attention to the chat. Like, oh no.
Oh, we got a lot of people in the chat.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mafia. Sure, that works.
I'm just gonna do something.
Rare breed.
Very rare.
It is a rare breed. The one and only Mafia. Hi, Ghostly Toast. Wait, what?
Yo, Ghosty, my dude.
All right, let's see here. So these comics, Jolt. Was there like design always that way, or did you like have design concepts in the past that were different?
Oh boy. I had so many because she was really difficult to pin down what I really wanted her to look. Because for a while her personality like fluctuated a lot. So like when I first started doing the comics, I started off with first doing a lot of scripts, and then like I started doing test comics based on like where I was thinking was going. And then I would just feel it out and just think, okay, I don't really like where this is going, so I'll just toss all of this work. Single tier as like 12 pages worth of scripts just gets tossed away. So I actually have like, good grief, I have probably like worth up to 3 sketchbooks full of just, test comics and just concept art and just, fiddling around trying to figure out like what I want out of her. Cause that would really determine like how her design would have ended up. So yeah, when her first design is like very different from how she looks now. It took a bit to land on like where her final look was, but yeah, it definitely was quite a process. But I'm very grateful like where she ended up now, because like she fits like a lot of the criteria that I was looking to like work her into.
Yeah, her image does fit her personality, that's for sure. We got the Fried Voices. Once, how do you pronounce your name? Yanimae?
Oh, Yanimae.
Yanimae?
I
Wants
knew it.
this, wants to know. Yanimae, why don't you tell me about yourself so people want to know what's nice?
Yeah, so I am good grief, how do I even open with that? So I'm a concept artist in real life, or actually like I promoted recently to lead artist at my studio. I can't tell you more about what I do for a living though, because it's all NDA, sorry. But yeah, so my day job is doing concept art and such. Prior to that, I was a graphic designer at a production studio that was based in Boston. But since then, I've kind of like moved around quite a bit. Now I'm based in Seattle. And yeah, so that's like kind of like my day-to-day, like current life and such. Yeah, I'm not even sure like what to talk about with myself.
All right. All right, how about this? How did you get into art?
Oh, that's a great start. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, so I started drawing, good grief, it's almost as long as I can remember. Like I've just always loved to draw. It was like my best way of kind of emoting and pouring my feelings out onto the page. So yeah, it's just always been kind of with me. But I would say that probably like the biggest thing that inspired me to become like a comic artist, especially, is like Peanuts. Like I love the Peanuts comics growing up, so I just sort of hinged onto that, and that was like a big inspiration for me growing up. Then when I sort of like, as I was like growing up and such, I got into Sonic also. And especially like in middle school, that was when like I started really doing a lot of fan art for it. And it was definitely like the next phase of like my development as an artist. Like it just like hit so many notes of like what I wanted to do as an artist.
So the Sonic art helped you develop over time.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Oh, and hey, Fleetway, how are you doing? How's it going, buddy?
What up, Fleetway?
What up?
Oh my gosh, Leah, thank you. A hug to you as well.
Because
The sound waves. Ghosty, I can lift. That's a good question. I once lifted a guy who was like 160 pounds, so maybe that, no, it doesn't really count. I think that sort of counts. We'll go with that.
that's interesting. All right. Let's see. True Blue Doom, do you have any questions, bro?
Not on the top of my head.
You like jazz?
I love jazz. Thank you for asking. True.
You like jazz? You like jazz?
You like JS?
Jazzing it up. Should I probably answer like a couple of the questions that I see kind of coming in here? Or
Sure.
all right. I see someone asking about these Briere Rose X. I hope I pronounced that right. Just a question of where the idea of pairing Jolt up with Shadow and Team Dark came from. Kind of like tying into what I mentioned before, which is that Shadow and Jolt was like inspired by a dream that I had of a OC with Shadow. So that was kind of like just a natural progression from there. So just she's paired up with Shadow, and Team Dark just is so connected with him. So it just makes sense that they're part of the same package, right? And so I think. Have I ever done Shadow and Jolt in a Peanut style drawing? This is from DK PVA. No, I've not. That's a good idea, though. I might do that one day.
Inspiration.
Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, thank you for your question, though. So, Francisca asked, "Is Heater asexual?" No, he's not. It would be no. Yeah. He likes ladies, but they're just not really a primary focus for him right now because he's kind of dealing with a lot. So,
Oof.
Oh boy.
Being a bad guy and having a very demanding boss will do that to you.
I gotta say though, I like them bad girls. I'll stop.
Oh my god. Wait, is that your Heater voice? Oh my god.
Yeah, I give him an accent.
It's gonna be so cool. I can't wait to hear it in action.
Speaking of action, I'm gonna get on that. I'm just waiting for some missing lines from our Rouge VA. I had those that part 2 would already be out by now.
I kind of messed up because I deleted some of the recordings that I did for the comic. I'm just all like, oh shoot, dang it.
Dang it.
All right. So let's see. So waiting on the strike. The villains. Were they always like the way they were? I mean, what inspired you to have these particular villains?
Oh boy. So actually to continue what I'm saying before, I swear it's all just getting handed to me on a platter. Sometimes it's weird. So when I was first coming up with Shadow and Jolt, I knew that I wanted it to be something different than what I've ever done before for Sonic fan art. I wanted it to be just an actual story that I'm kind of putting all my all into. So I felt okay, it makes sense that I need to have a really good antagonist force that would make this story memorable. So when the first villain I came up with was actually supposed to be a female villain, because I thought that'd be interesting to explore since it's kind of rare for the Sonic franchise to do that. So yeah. Originally, she's going to be some kind of elemental creature, but I eventually scrapped it because I just couldn't come up with a valid reason to include her. It just I couldn't come up with a way to write her character, so it was just you know what, it's not worth it. And literally the day that I gave up on her and I went to bed, I had a dream about Strike. It's not even funny. It was just him there. I'm like, okay, just throw my hands up, just gonna accept it. I guess that's it. And it worked out much better because Strike was inspired by a very specific set of people I've known in my life, which are terrible people I could not stand being around, essentially. So I just sort of had all this personal experience that I could make him a real character through. So at first it was just going to be him, and he had henchmen, but none of them really had names or any character, so to speak. It was really originally just going to be focused on him. But I originally was going to also have Eggman teaming up with him, but then I decided to scrap that just because I wanted this to be a more shadow-focused story rather than like a Sonic overall focused story. Because I feel like when Eggman gets added in, he kind of like starts to bring in the rest of the team, and I wanted it to be a little bit more focused than that. So when I decided to scrap that plan, I decided I needed like more characters that would help bounce off of Strike and give like more of a insight into his character, so that his villain arc would be more compelling and interesting. So that was where like all those guys kind of came up from. Heater was actually the first one to come into existence after Strike. Originally, he was just like this like one-off dude. In a test comic I did, he looked really ugly. So one day when I post that, it's going to be really embarrassing for me, like to
Did
show.
someone call for Strike to show up?
Oh boy! Speak of the devil.
Yeah,
Why,
when you mentioned
hello there.
Strike.
Sorry, I can't. So, hey guys, it's me, hey Paladin, and nice to meet you. Yanami. I'm sorry, I pronounced your name. Yanimae. Yeah. Sorry for coming here so late. My stupid computer is so slow at the moment. But Zero, nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you. I actually am the voice of Strike for my friend Steel the Hedgehog here.
Oh boy, I'm so excited! Yeah, I've definitely heard of you, and I've like seen you around a couple of times. So I'm really excited to see to hear like what your voice is going to sound like for him. That's like, whew.
Why, thank you very much. I try my best to give him the most adequate voice for your pleasure and everyone else.
Oh boy, it's gonna be good.
Oh, don't worry, it will be good. All right. My apologies. I just wanted to actually, provide a little voice for you because, you have such very good art, Yanimae, and I really do like your comics. They're actually pretty interesting.
Thank you. Aw. Well, I feel bad because it's like going so slowly. Just because it takes a bit of time for me to make them, but I really appreciate that you guys are like still like it's interesting so far, even though it's kind of still stuck at the beginning.
No worries.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. You know what they say? Can't rush genius.
Oh gosh, gee.
Exactly. You really gotta take your time when it comes to that. If you rush perfection, you're a fool for life.
Oh boy, that's
all right.
Me. Damn it, me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, since we're all here, asking questions and whatnot, I got curious, Yanimae. When you came up with the character, that female protagonist of yours, I forgot her name, like the Spark character, Jolt. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what inspired you to actually? Yeah, Jolt. Yeah, whatever. How you doing? All right. So, anyways, what inspired you to actually create the character of Jolt?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so. Yeah, basically, like Jolt just came to me in like her concept came to me in a dream. But when I was developing her further after that, I started. I tried out like a lot of different personalities to figure out like what kind of dynamic I wanted her to have with Shadow. So kind of like went through a couple of like really tropey stuff, like very unoriginal, but it was necessary because even though it's like I look back at it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is like fan fiction 101. It's so cringe. It's like really bad. It's embarrassing.
Now I'm kind of interested.
Yeah. Like I tried to do. Maybe she had a personality more like him, but then it just made them both like too similar to each other. It was like really boring to write. Like, I'm not doing this. And then originally I made her a little bit more antagonistic, but then I thought that it didn't make her very endearing to me. I was like, I don't really like her anymore. I want her to be nice, like a character that you can actually, feel good feelings towards.
Relate to?
Exactly. That you can relate to. And feel connected with. So I think probably a big part of like what inspired it was just when I first made like those like the original comics, like those really old sketchy ones. I was still not sure what to do with her personality at that point.
You mean the one where she? You mean the one where she actually said, "Shoot me" into Shadow?
Yep, the
Oh,
Shoot Me
God.
trilogy, the classic trilogy. It's still my favorite things I've done for it so far. I'm
Shoot me.
When have I ever said that to you? You never said that.
Exactly. Like, I felt like it was just like a silly gag I just came up with and I just drew in one night, like, okay, I'll just see how this goes. And that was where it kind of like all clicked. It's like, oh, she needs to be funny. That's how you do this. Oh, okay. So yeah, I just figured that like I'll just work with a personality that brings humor. That would work for work for that dynamic. And so it puts like Shadow in kind of like a unique perspective, like you normally see him in like such serious situations. So when he's put into like this ridiculous scenario where he just
keeps getting shot.
Yeah, it adds a little bit of human into him if you actually think about it.
Exactly. I feel like that's missing a lot for his character, and if there's a way to kind of like bring that out a little bit, it's like, yeah, I can have fun with this.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to see more in Sonic games, like a bit of humor and humanity in Shadow and our characters. It can't just be like, oh, I'm Shadow, I'm the most edgiest dude in the whole life form. You cannot stop me, I'm perfect. No, you can't do that.
I'm the perfect life form.
Yeah, we just want to have a little bit of humor. Like, hey, where's my coffee beans? Did you eat them? Oh, unbelievable. Now I get some more. Where's my wallet?
All those, the air, coffee machine with the air. It's like Shadow has this strange obsession with coffee. So.
Coffee beans.
It really just works for him.
Yeah. Wow.
You said it this time.
Yeah.
You said it this time.
The funniest thing was that I was inspired to do that particular comic because I had a coworker that I remember sitting next to him in my cubicle and I heard him yelling from his cubicle, someone shoot me. And I'm like, why does that work so well?
Oh my God.
I need to use this.
Please do.
And it just
adds more to the aggravation.
I know, whatever he was going through that day, like, thank you, John, my ex-coworker. I really appreciate it.
Honestly, that was just hilarious. You just got it off of your like ex-coworker, just all like he was just all like someone should have this stuff, and you were all like, now I got an idea.
I could use that for my comics.
Yep, real life ideas can help inspire making funny stuff.
Suffering comes in so many ways. It can help you. It can make your life worse. You may never know. Until then, just enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
Make a little bit of sunshine for yourself.
Nice.
It's like the one with the motorcycles, like, toss me my keys.
You can make like a comic should like say, "Oh, the sun is so beautiful. Oh, it's so amazing. My eyes! My eyes!"
Oh no.
Still old Deltron.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So now that that's already been sent into the mix, okay. So since now we already talked about comics, and I'm curious, since you made like comic strips and whatnot, like, are you interested like getting into the comic book industry by any chance?
I think that's a really good question. Part of me loves the idea of doing that. My only hesitation is that, like, a big reason why I wanted to concept art was because it not only allowed me to do art, but it also was a little easier for me to find stable work in that field, so and I figured that I would just keep developing and doing comics on the side until like I see where that goes, but I wouldn't be against it. I would be definitely open to like doing more professional work in comics if I can feel secure in that industry.
That'd be pretty cool. Nice. All right. Now, let's see what else have we more in store. Have you ever considered like collaborating with other people with working on comics? I know we talked about comics so many times, but that's pretty much what you're known for.
It's kind of what I do. I don't know. Not here to talk about, I don't know, race car driving. We could if you want. Like, I'm fine with that, but yeah, I would be. It depends, I guess. Like, right now, I'm sort of in a mode where I don't really have a whole lot of time to do other stuff besides the Shadow and Jolt comic and my day job. So right now, it'd be really difficult for me to tack on more projects to work on. Down the line, who knows? I'd be open to it if, like, depending on what the future holds.
Ah, that's pretty interesting. All right. All right. All right. All right. So, let's see, another question about comics. Okay. If all right, you know about the whole Sonic IDW comics, correct?
Kinda.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I've not read it. I'm sorry.
Don't blame yourself. I mean, I stopped reading it because I got bored. But
no.
Yeah. But for real though, all right. So, since if IDW actually gave you a spot to draw comics with them, would you accept? Yes or no?
Oh, that's a tough call.
Don't worry, take your time. We got all day.
Do you really? I don't know if you guys do.
I mean, I do. I don't know about you guys.
I don't, unfortunately.
I have all the time in the world, but this isn't my stream.
Oh, there you know.
I guess the simplest answer I can give to that is I guess I don't know. I guess it would kind of depend on where I'm at if, like, that were to ever come to be.
What?
It's only I don't know how old you guys are, but, like, once you reach a certain age, it's like, will this financially benefit me or not? Like, it sucks that you kind of have to think of it that way, but, like, that's sort of.
I can confirm that I'm the youngest.
Oh, okay. Aww,
I'm the oldest.
Oh, really?
How? I don't know.
You're the middle child. You're the middle child.
Mid-20s, 30s.
I'm in my 20s, so.
Same. Okay. All right. So.
And then there's me, who's almost 18.
Oh my gosh, children.
Yep, yeah. We're all children. We're all children at heart. We act like children. We like children. Have fun with children. And yeah, we're kids.
It's okay. I'm late 20s, but real close to early 30s. So
yeah,
it's getting there.
Yeah. All right, no worries. All right, so let's see what's next. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys that asked her as many questions at the beginning because I got late because my Firefox is being slow right now. I'm on my phone, but anyway,
using Firefox.
I know my Firefox is great. It's kind of a it's kind of delayed for some reason because I'm in the middle of editing a video, but I can wait. But so, anyways, what tablet did you have? What drawing tablet and what software do you use to draw your comics?
Oh, yeah. So for the longest time, I was drawing on a regular Wacom tablet, like a Intuitus Pro.
Okay.
And I've always been using Photoshop. Photoshop is like my go-to. But I've recently, in the last couple years, I've upgraded to a Wacom pen display screen. Like, so I can actually draw on the screen. It's like, oh my gosh, life changing.
Cool. That's pretty awesome. So Photoshop and a Wacom drawing tablet. You say it has a screen, right?
Yeah, it's a pen. It's called a pen display.
Lucky.
It was a gift. So.
Yeah, I plan on getting a tablet sometime in the future because I want to get a tablet to draw my drawings because I usually draw with the stick and mouse, and it worked out well.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's not about me.
I draw with the phone and I use my thumbs. How did you think I made this profile that I have right now?
That's something Wow, very artistic.
That's really good. It's amazing how like you guys are creating all this amazing artwork on just phones. I'm just like, my gosh.
Actually, I draw my computer with my mouse, so that's kind of a feel.
Oh my goodness, how do you do it with a mouse?
It's all about precision, my dear. It's all about precision.
And patience.
That too. I've gotten used to it. All right. So now that you actually talk about like drawing comics and whatnot, have you ever considered like, since you do like drawing comics, have you ever considered like doing animation?
Oh, absolutely. Before I focused on comics, I actually was vying to do like an animation career.
Ooh, nice. Same here.
It was actually an original dream of mine, but then I realized this is hard.
It is
very hard. It's satisfying though. Like once you actually finish an animation and you go, oh my goodness, this looks so good. I'm so excited. But then the actual process is just, I want to die.
Okay. Okay, so we had a question here from. Okay, so let me see a question here.
DKOPVA asks, "Hey, Yanimae, if Jolt had a theme song, what would it be, or something close to it?"
Oh, I've answered this before. It's a song called "Time Bomb" by Faint.
Ooh.
And what was it? Faint and darn it. Hold on. I think it was this. That's it. Faint
and Despair.
Boy in a Band. No, Faint and Despair. No, Faint and Boy in a Band called Time Bomb. That song just, for me, feels like if I wanted to animate something, it feels like that would be the song that would work really well to animate like a Jolt animation too. It just works with her.
I'd probably make a joke saying that her theme song would have been the electric slide.
Oh my gosh. That's a good runner up. If I can't get the
that's nice. That's like a pretty interesting theme song. Oh, let's listen to it right now. Oh wait, copyright, we can't do that.
Exactly.
Curse you, YouTube. All right.
Well, for me, what I would say is no copyright law in the universe is gonna stop me.
Oh,
too late.
I use a CG song.
That line haunts me.
All right. So, not that's being said, I mean, I would agree with you. Animation can be very hard and time consuming. Honestly, for me, I actually did learn animation, but not from college. Actually, I learned from self-taught and YouTube tutorials because I'm kind of lazy. But yeah,
not at all.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, that stuff is way more easier to actually learn it in college. Because with college, you gotta learn like all this stuff. Like, from how all I did in college was just learn about like the text. That's the guy. I was like, how would that actually help me with? That's kind of lame. The only thing I've learned in college was that you actually gotta hold the Alt key to make copies, and I did not know about that. But that's just me. Yeah. All right.
There's a lot of mixed feeling. I have a lot of mixed feelings about art schools in general and animation art like schools in general. Because while it's useful in the sense that you get like a really concentrated learning course to focus on, and you can meet new people. You can probably get decent connections through that, but unfortunately, it's mad expensive. There's no guarantee you get those connections.
Yeah.
And it's very, very difficult from just like at least what I observed. So for me, I didn't even study art when I went to college. I studied, of all things, farming.
Farming.
Yes. I just
you there?
It was good advice on the part of like people that I respect that, hey, before you decide to like do anything career-wise for art, why don't you consider doing something a little bit more practical, just in case it doesn't go well? I'm like, sure, that's cool. But then I just realized, you know what? The more I didn't do art and didn't do animation or anything like that, the more I missed it.
I got I'm pretty curious about this. You said you were in the Peanuts, right?
I love Peanuts. Yes.
Yeah. What got you into the Sonic franchise fandom?
Oh boy. The first thing that I remember getting into Sonic was when I was maybe, how old was I? I was probably like 5 or so, and a neighbor of mine was playing the original Sonic games on the Genesis, right? And I just fell in love with it after that. And of course, my brothers would play it all the time. I could never play them because I was really terrible at it, so they just beat it for me. But
Wait, play.
I don't know. I was really bad at games when I was younger. But when I got into middle school, that was when I started getting exposed to the fandom online. And that's when I started getting really involved with it then, because it was like, wow, that's a really rich amount of fan art and just really cool stuff that the community's doing online.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the good stuff. I'm not talking about any.
Okay, good. That's good. Because you don't want to step. Yeah, we're talking about the good stuff.
Though.
Yeah, every fandom has a bad area to it. Everyone knows that. I'm not talking about those areas. I actively avoided those areas. I was only thinking about like really cool artwork that I would find, or really funny fan comics I would find. I loved Sprite comics in particular.
Nice, that's pretty awesome.
Fireball 20XL, hello. Aging myself, really aging myself right there. That was like peak for me. That was my favorite website.
Yeah. Speaking of fan art, I remember like one time when a person that we followed each other, not anymore, actually made a fan art of your character along with my OC in the mix.
Oh, which?
Yeah, it was the one featuring your OC Jolt, my OC Raid the Cat, one of my friends' OCs that had like a jackal. I wish I could display it here somewhere, but I can't because the chat won't display any photos.
No.
There's a photo for that, I think.
Yeah, so disappointing. But yeah, there is actually fan art of that. Maybe I could DM you somewhere on Twitter and we'll see about that.
For some reason, I'm trying to remember. I remember all the fan art I've gotten, but for some reason that one, I think I know which one you're talking about. But I could use a reminder. That would be helpful. Thank you.
No worries. I got it saved up, so I'll look for it for you.
Oh, I'm sorry?
No. I have the fan art saved somewhere in my folders because I save a lot of fan art. So I'll look for it for you and I'll DM it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my dear.
Trying to go on strike on you.
I am. I pull the strikes here without any hesitation.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. All right. All right. Did you guys have any more questions for her?
I don't have any on the top of my head.
There's a couple of questions in the chat that maybe we can try looking over.
Sure. I mean, I have a lot of questions I also have to ask, but I want to.
Feel free to.
Yeah, but I want to see the comment section as well, and my phone is being a fool. All right, let's see. Wait, who are your people? I don't remember what's going to you. Sorry, my bad. All right, so do any of you guys have any questions for Yanimae over here? So let's see. The comments just be chilling here. Let's see. I think. Oh wait, Greenhill's Devil's already asked this question. How did you come up with the character of Jolt? I think we already answered that one. Did we?
Yeah.
3 times it came to you in a dream.
Yes. When you guys rewatch this, it's just gonna be like, my gosh, how many times are we gonna have to learn that factoid?
Oh my god. Because so just to be clear, we actually we said that you want to make Joel originally like a villain, and originally you said that she was going to be shy at some point, but you want to make a character that's kind of a bit like comical and relatable, but still be close to Shadow.
Yeah. Oh, she wasn't meant to be ever a villain, but she was meant to at one point I did consider giving her a more aggressive personality, so she sort of butted heads with Shadow more often. But then I realized, nah.
All right, cool. All right, let's see here. Okay, Fanny Mouse says, Yanni, please marry me. That's my question. Boy!
I love it. I know, and that's my friend Smiles. Hi, Smiles. I love you too. Please marry me. When are we doing this?
We'll be your best man. Don't worry. All right. Here's a question here. Robotic Pastries asks, what's Joel's 7th favorite lizard?
Oddly specific. 7th favorite. I have no clue. I guess maybe. I guess an iguana. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see.
Oh, here's one by Harley Tranger. How did you come up with everyone's names?
Yeah. Jolt was it almost seems self-explanatory, but actually originally it was not meant to be her real name. It was a placeholder name. And I just could not find another name to name her. And I really didn't like jokes. I'm like, it's so on the nose. It's so dumb. But then I just stuck with it. And now I love it. It's perfectly fine with me now. But just
to hear.
Yeah. I went through a couple of different options for names that would work with her power, but Jolt just had a good ring to it. And Strike's name actually has I have multiple reasons why I named him Strike, but they're going to be very spoiler related, so I can't tell you about them now. Sorry.
All right, fair enough.
Very spoiler. But I think the one thing I can say though is that I hope that I showed this in the update with him and his crew. But basically, like the thing that Strike is what he does for a living is he's a smuggler, specifically for a lot of contraband and such. So he's a criminal, crime lord. So the name Strike first came from the idea of kind of like striking a deal, kind of like that. But there's multiple layers to it, and it will come into play later. Gat got that name because his main, so like each one of them have kind of like a specific power tool or like something that they utilize for their work. Gat has what's on his back is like it's both a jetpack and a bracing for his Gatling guns.
Cool. Interesting.
So those will come into play later in the story, but like that's where his name came from. It's just short for that.
I wonder what Gat means.
Yeah, it was also slang for like a Gatling gun. Like if you listen to a lot of rap and hip hop, they mention it a lot.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, anime. Sorry, Yanimae. I can't believe it's anime. Anyways, I finally found the fan art for you. I have it saved up, and I sent it to you on DMs on Twitter. Yeah, it's under the name The Egg Paladin and @Jose12 Super.
Awesome sauce. Thank you so much. I'll definitely check it out.
You are welcome.
Sorry.
You go ahead.
I was just I'll just quickly wrap up the next three, but Heater kind of the same. Heater's just the same deal with Gat. Heater is an uncommon slang for a gun, and he's a very sharp shooter. So that just something again I heard a lot in like a lot of rap music and such. And in Chucho and Franz, like Chucho just means mutt in Spanish slang, specifically Mexican Spanish slang.
Okay.
Because he's Hispanic, so it just worked. And then Franz, I just it's just basically is like a plant, right? And that's kind of like what his hair is sort of based on. It's like meant to look like a plant of fronds, so that's where very creative, I guess. Not really, but it's something.
That's pretty awesome.
Here's a question for Blue 4. What are your plans regarding the current state of your comic? One main and one side story altogether?
Oh, good question. Really good question, Blue. So the way that the comic's going to be set up is it's kind of similar to the way especially SA2 handled its storytelling, which was you had both the hero side and the villain side to see the whole scope of the plan of like the story. So it's basically gonna be akin to that. Is you're gonna be seeing Shadow and Jolt's side of the story, the main storyline, and then you'll see the villains' side of their story, and it all just converges at different areas. But there is like an overreaching, arcing plot line that everything's tied towards.
Ah, nice, interesting.
All right, Via ask, if work wasn't a factor, how long do you think your pages would take you to draw, start to finish?
That's a great question. I think so. Yeah, I definitely have to space things out frequently because my day job it's a pretty demanding job. So I can't work on the comic like 24/7 like I would love to. The dream. But what I think it would probably take. I think it would probably take me at least like a day to line art, to like sketch out and line art a single page, depending on how complex the backgrounds are. And it would probably take another day to color, or probably another 2 days, actually, more accurately, again, depending on how complicated each page is, to color it in. So yeah, you would be looking at just like about 3 to 4 days per page.
Yeah, interesting. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, we have another question here from Rosie Rumble. Will you make another comic anytime soon relating to the first one you did?
You mean like the Shoot Me comics, or?
I think so, possibly.
It sounds about right. I would love to. I feel kind of bad because those were meant to be kind of like these weird one-offs, and then they just ended up being where the story like takes off from. So yeah, I had always had in mind that it was going to be a full arching story. So there definitely will be. I definitely have plans to do like one-offs and things like that are kind of like more humor related, but right now I'm just a little bit focused on just getting the story out as much as I can before doing those kind of ones.
I love humor.
Yeah,
I think everybody does.
I like to laugh.
I love laughing.
Laughing is my life.
Something a robot would say.
The way you said it was like a robot. The one where Shadow says, "Toss me my keys," and Jolt shoots Shadow's bike. Was that inspired by that one meme video?
No.
Well, that's what it reminded me of.
I know. It wasn't until after I did it and posted it, people started comparing it to it, that I was like, oh, darn it, you're right. It is like that. I do love those videos, but they were not a conscious inspiration for it. But I think, yeah, it just sort of worked out that way.
Oh. All right. Via, do you have any ambitions for the original comic down the line once you get done / bored with Jolt's story?
Oh, absolutely. Bored? I will finish this story. I swear. I promise I will finish this. Yeah, I definitely have original ideas of my own. For me, this project is sort of like I'm learning the tools of like making a comic, so that, and this is kind of like a test run in a way. Like I'm still doing it to the best of my ability, but it's meant to be like a way for me to stretch out those like comic making skills that are necessary to create a good story. Whether it actually turns out good or not, we'll see. But it's still like it's a good way to kind of like learn all of those and kind of make my mistakes now, so that when I make an original project, it will be hopefully a little bit more refined than this one.
So this is kind of like your learning curve comic.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah. That makes sense. We all need
Not
a
bad.
learning curve.
That's pretty interesting.
Eating! Stop eating!
Sorry, my bad. There's so many interruptions, so many phone calls. My mom's calling. I keep leaving everywhere.
It's just getting yeeted out, poor guy.
I used to say the internet is striking him.
It is. It's screwing me over.
Bruh,
All right.
It's never ending.
It's a never-ending story. All right. Well, anyways, sorry if I keep interrupting, but anyways, I don't have any more questions left, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eat some dinner. So thank you so much for having me here. I apologize for keep leaving. I'm still working this whole, this whole stuff with SteamYard, but whatever. And anyways,
the way you said dinner.
yeah, I know. Thank you.
got me hungry.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, I better get moving. So thank you so much for having me here. And Yanimae, it's an honor to meet you. I really like your comics. You're a good person.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you need me to dub anything else in your comic, let me know. I'm open 24/7.
I'm honored. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I look forward to voice Strike again in the future comics. All right.
Yeah, we'll get it once we get Rouge's missing lines. We'll make sure Strike shows up.
Awesome. All right, guys. We're very good moving. So take care, guys. See you later.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. But yeah, he's right. You are a very nice person. I mean, when I messaged you about this whole interview Q&A thing, I didn't know what the response I'd get. I'm like, will she say yes? Will she say no? Will she respond in general? I honestly didn't know what to expect. No offense.
No, it's all good. It's sometimes hard to tell, with some people. I try to be as approachable as I can be, so I'm glad that's coming off that way.
Yep. Oh, it is very much so.
I was just really excited. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
I don't really have a big sub count, but I thought it'd be fun.
It's not the sub count that counts. It's the
no, it's the fun.
It's very fun.
Oh, speaking of fun, how much fun do you have when you're drawing these? I mean, is it more fun or stressful?
It is the most fun that I ever have drawing. To be perfectly honest,
I know what
it's
that
basically her. Yeah, it's basically her definition of fun time.
It really is. I get excited. Certainly I have for the last maybe month or I guess I've been kind of going through. I guess it was a bit of a hiatus where I was just a little bit burnt out, but it wasn't really because of the comic that I felt burnt out. It was just because life was burning me out. I just didn't have the energy to kind of do as much work as I wanted to. But when I'm not working on the comic, I'm filling up sketchbooks full of concept art, to the brim. I'm writing out scripts. I am drawing potential new things that you guys are going to see eventually down the line. I'm figuring out how everything's going to fit together behind the scenes. So there's a lot going on that unfortunately I can't show because spoilers, sad face. But it's every chance I get to work on it, it is a dream come true. It's I love working on this. It's so fun.
Suddenly, Emerald Power.
Emerald Power, how you doing, man? How you doing, bro? This one apparently is a question to all of us.
It didn't. It the knuckles.
The knuckles.
What's up?
What's up? The roof. The roof is what's up.
I'm gonna be honest. When I first let's see, how did I actually come? I'm gonna tell you this. When I didn't really I did randomly come across Shadow and Jolt. Mainly, it was after dubbing that comic where Tails is helping Shadow fix his motorcycle, then Skirt just randomly starts pounding on the door, and
I've seen that one.
Now I can crush you, Tails, and Sonic's butt. It's get
just get the door slammed, and he's all I'm not done with you yet. Shadow's all get out.
I'm done with you.
That was a request. It was why it was kind of random, because someone was just hey, can you do something with Scourge? And then someone else was hey, can you do something with Tails and Shadow getting along somehow? I'm okay, how can I combine these two together? That's the result.
Yeah.
So you found it through that?
Yeah, I found it through that. It was And then I'm like, found Shadow and Jolt. Like, what the? Well, damn.
I
So
remember
thought
like
just,
when
I dubbed it, and I wanted to surprise you with it.
I was very, very surprised. Super surprised. I cried a little.
Cried.
like
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, it is such an honor. Like, you know, when I first started this project, I literally had no inkling of an idea of where it was going to end up, you know? And I certainly didn't think, because it always felt like anything that involves original fan characters and such, people tend to sort of like, you know, keep their distance from, and it's fair. Like, I wasn't really too worried about that. So to see, like, it just means a lot that like you guys put all that effort into like making that and doing that for it. It's like, oh my gosh, the feelings.
I personally think the ones with comics with the fan made characters are the most interesting, to be honest with you.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's like you got all these IDWs and all these Archies you can dub. I'm like, okay, well those have been dubbed before. Let's see something original. Like something new, something fresh, something a fan came up with.
Something juicy.
Something unique, yeah.
Then I saw Shadow and Jolt. I'm like, ooh.
Well, how long did it take you guys to dub that in full?
Oh, they just record the lines and send them to me. I'm the one that crops out the frames and puts it all together with sound effects and all that.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I do the editing on that. So it doesn't. It will depend on how much effort I put into it and exactly where I put, like how many sound effects, what music I use, this, that, and since I'm like, I'm like a perfectionist when it comes to this type of thing, so I do not like render it unless I know everything's properly placed.
Mhm.
Like that part where the Shadow and Jolt are like railing on those rails. What there is. Like I wanted the proper sound effects, and I tried to find a good pop sound effects where they popped. I'm like, oh god, I can't find a good one. I'll have to settle with this, which was a bit cringy for me. But that was like before one of the most priceless scenes I've ever like encountered was when like Jolt just slams right in the windows.
The sound effects were perfect for that, by the way. Great job picking up.
Yeah.
Bye, Smiles. Love you.
See ya. Oh, shoot. It could be laggy, but if you want, I could like play the comic on stream.
Oh, do you want to play the dub?
Yeah, I can play the dub on stream. Like,
Hold up, I'm gonna get myself some chicken strips.
You personally can verbally judge it.
Oh God! Don't do this to me. I'm on the spot. I'll just probably just you just hear me my voice wavering like it's so beautiful. Please, yeah, feel free to if you'd like to. In case some people here haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that's true. Some people
haven't. Thank you guys all for coming. Like really, really, really appreciate seeing some new faces
now,
and of course
shoot
a lot of
that
old
tree.
We'll have a good one on us.
There we go.
I said the tree.
I
love that
you said
sound
shoot
effect.
me.
Why would you think I'd say that?
I thought you just.
Oh, was it paused?
I am back and I got my chicken strips.
StreamYard, everybody.
Minor technical difficulties. I see it. I guess while we're kind of waiting for it to get back on track.
Steel died.
DKO PVA you asked if Rouge knows about, or I'm sorry, Jolt knows about Rouge's gemstone borrowing tendencies. That's a very light way of putting it. She's just a gemstone borrower, guys. Like, she's not a thief. What?
What's a thief?
No, they're just borrowers. They're just gonna borrow it for a little while. They might sell it off, but like, just for a little while. Yeah. So Jolt doesn't really know a lot about their history. She's kind of new in the game, if you will. So, her focus has been not really so much getting to know them that personally as of yet. Things will reveal itself over time. I do predict that, not predict them. I am planning on introducing like a number of the main cast characters into the comic. But I'm still
so sorry about that.
Oh no, you're fine. But it's a little bit later down the line, so we'll see. We'll see how things go.
All right. Now let's try this again. Wait, what was the question? Did someone ask what was the question? Because it just literally kicked me out.
They were just at someone was just asking DKOPVA was just asking if Jolt knew about Rouge's gemstone borrowing tendencies. And I was just saying that she does not. She doesn't really know Rouge that well.
Oh. So she knows Shadow more, or are they still kind of getting to know each other in general?
She's very new. So she really doesn't really know that much about any of them. That's actually going to be a point of the next update after I finish this upcoming one. When they're actually going to be heading towards the space colony arc, they'll be delving a little bit into that some more in due time, basically. I let the story speak for itself. They'll eventually get to know each other. We'll see how that goes.
All right, let's see if this works.
Your aim. Now, shoot that tree.
Yep.
Okay.
You got it?
Don't you just love it?
Let's try testing your aim. Now, shoot that tree. I said the tree!
I thought you said shoot me.
Why would you think I'd say that?
I thought you just died.
What? That hurt like hell, you know.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Toss me my keys. Whoa!
I thought you said...
Shoot me. I know. Damn.
I love that sound.
My head. Someone shoot me. Jolt, wait!
He asked for it.
You said it this time.
I love that.
Hey, Shadow.
I have actual work to do, Jolt.
Admit it. You're glad we did this.
I love that. Great job there.
Thank you.
Just do me a
dear.
favor and try to be more careful next time. Alright.
You must think I'm a complete idiot.
Oh
You
dear.
should be more worried about your head than him, Jolt.
I probably should have put my head out.
There's her name.
Love up there. I love it. Love it.
Oh boy, that was a lot of fun.
That was so good. I was really blown away, especially by both the sound effects and how you guys just sold the jokes. It's like you kept that really, really well. Amazing work. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you for the comment, though.
Yeah, we should be thanking you. You're the one that made the comic.
Hi.
Yeah.
But you guys have made it sound really good. It brings it to life in another level, you know? It's the next best thing since animation is like, it's going to take way too long. So
Okay, well, Harley changes to go. All right, see you, Harley.
bye, Harley. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for coming.
Oh my god, robotic pastries. When I first came up with that idea for Jolt blasting into the window, it came to me like in the middle of a class, and I had to like stifle my laughter so that no one would just see me just randomly laughing out loud in the middle of a lecture, and they're just like, what is wrong with her?
I don't know. It's the funniest part I know of when it comes to that. It's like boing. Shadow's like, what the hell?
Just what am I gonna do with her?
What am I gonna do?
Exactly.
What am I gonna do with her?
Oh yeah.
So I think Francisca sent another question about the type of bike that Chucho rides. And the answer to that is you will see.
A lot of surprises.
Well, surprises. Yeah, he does love his motorcycles though. But it definitely is going to play a part. The way that I designed these guys was that I basically imagined what would be the coolest boss battles I could do for this story. So a lot of like what they're capable of is going to be all, hinged on like what their boss battles are going to be like. So yeah.
I'll take a strip.
All right. Well, I had fun. I think sadly I'm gonna have to end it here because I do have something coming on within the next 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
All right.
Sad
So,
to
go ahead.
I was just gonna say sad to leave, but really happy he was able to come here.
Oh, honor to have you here. It was great.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't come up with any questions. I'm just not good with talking in public.
What do you mean?
You stream all the time, True Blue.
But I'm quiet most of the time on them.
Bruh.
Right.
I thought you had plenty of great questions. Thank you so much, guys. Again, just really made my weekend.
Well, I'm glad we managed to make your weekend.
Same.
All right. Should we say goodbye individually or just say goodbye?
Either or.
Bye.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that, and make sure to subscribe to everyone and check out. Crap.
Yanimae.
Yanimae. I'm starting to get tired. Yanimae.
Definitely
check you guys in the next one.
Definitely catch these guys. They're all fantastic, talented voice actors, and they have a lot of great material out there for you guys to watch. So definitely check them out more too.
Oh yeah, because we'll be dubbing this more often. I suppose I guess. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Yanimae, it's been an honor having you here, most certainly.
My pleasure.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, I'm most likely gonna do something like this again in the future. But my next stream is gonna be, I'll show my ugly face because I promised the people that. Anyway, you guys have a good day. You guys have a great day and the rest a lovely week.
You as well. Thank you guys.
You're welcome. All right.